I'm a tiny taggart in a brave new world, gonna free this town. If you didn't know about me already, well, you know it now.
Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Objectivist Girl if you haven't met me already, and that was my song Shrug. Hopefully that'll be in Atlas Shrugged Part 3, the movie. I'm also filming at the Free State Project headquarters in New Hampshire, so behind me you'll see the Free State Project flag. You'll also see a link below so that you can sign up for the Free State Project and come move out here and hang out with me. So, and of course all the other Free Staters. So today, guys, we're going to talk about Hume. So Hume presents his anti-rationality theory in his treatise. This theory is very anti-reason and anti-objectivism. In this video, I will tell you why. So Hume claims that moral distinctions are not derived from reason, but rather from sentiment. Sentiment is defined as an opinion or view of a situation or an emotion. This is the opposite of what Ayn Rand says. Ayn Rand says that reason is what we use to discover truth, regardless of our feelings about something or our opinions. She encourages people to put aside their need for self-affirmation and look for the real truth. This requires us to dig deep into reality and determine what we feel and why we feel it, and not base our thoughts purely on emotion, but ask that how and why that I was talking about in the last video that I did. So many people believe that Ayn Rand is anti-emotion. However, this is not true. Ayn Rand believed that emotion is positive when it mirrors actual reality. So an emotion should follow from your values. You should feel passion over the things that you value, not passion for emotion's sake. An emotion that is felt without rationality is not one that can be used to bring any value to your life. Emotions that are anti-rationality are anti-life. So Hume states, reason is and ought only to be the slave of the passions, and can never pretend to be any other office than to serve and obey them. Ayn Rand would disagree thoroughly. She says reason should never be the slave of passions. If I am a slave to my passions with no regard to reality, then I'm not likely to achieve my passions. I must consider the avenues that I take to get to my passions. As an example, I am a singer-songwriter myself, and I am asked to sell a song, say Shrug, to another artist, in the hopes that it will make me famous. If I do this immediately, then I'm not considering the consequences if I'm a slave to my emotions. So my decision, if I'm a slave to my emotions, will be immediately to sell my song and hope for the best. If I'm rational in my pursuit of my passions, then I will think about the true value of the song. Maybe I shouldn't sell it because with it, I will be able to launch my own music career and have the kind of career that I would want, have control over my own image and brand. So reason and rationality need to come before passion in order for us to truly achieve our passions, goals, and happiness. So Hume also attempts in the treatise to establish the other anti-rationalist thesis. This virtue is not the same as reasonableness, and vice is not contrary to reason. Hume also attempts in the treatise to establish the other anti-rationalist thesis, that virtue is not the same as reasonableness and vice is not contrary to reason. He gives two arguments to this end. The first is the one that we're going to focus on. So the first, he says, follows directly from the representation argument, whose conclusion was that passions, volitions, and actions can be neither reasonable nor unreasonable. This direct argument is quite reasonable or against reason. It follows that laudable and blamable are not the same with reason or unreasonable. The properties are not identical. Ayn Rand would disagree. All actions are derived from reason. Even sleep and free time should be thought of through a reasonable standpoint. If someone were to choose to sleep all day instead of do work that would advance their monetary situation, help them maintain a job, or advance their happiness, they are not acting reasonably. If we were to act without thinking, we cannot make actions that are conducive to our happiness and passions. If Hume is such a proponent of passion, then he should consider the consequences of actions that are not calculated properly. These are simply some of the issues with Hume's anti-rationalist theory. The point is that Hume is advocating for pursuing whims, not passions. Passion is something that can only be pursued through rational faculties and thought. This means reason must be used before emotion and passions. So thanks for joining me today, guys. I just want to thank everybody that's donated to me through Bitcoin on my QR code, and everybody that's donated to me through PayPal, and that is located on my website. I just want to thank you guys so much for that. It's been so entirely generous. I'm trying to get a new webcam at this point for reasons. My webcam decided to die on me. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I also included links to my Facebook, Twitter, and blog so you can hear even more from me. And I've also included a link to my song Shrug so you can hear even more of that song. Until next time, remember guys, knowledge is not for all men, but for those who seek it. So keep seeking!